Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Kylian Mbappe has now informed PSG that he will not be triggering his contract extension to extend him at the club until 2025, meaning that PSG now are expected to sell Mbappe this summer to avoid losing him for free. Look, let's get straight into this. G, how are you feeling about this news?
You know, it breaks my heart. They believe in us. You either win with us or watch us win. God did. I used to pray for times like this. Kylian Mbappe, it is time to fulfill your destiny. The big man upstairs is calling, man. This is the stars are aligning perfectly. Madrid need Mbappe, and Mbappe needs to just switch to this entire PSG scene up. He's not going to win at PSG. That's not going to happen. Other than league title, Uber Eats Farmers League. That's all he's going to win. But that's not what a player of Kylian Mbappe's standards demands, and especially what Real Madrid demand. Look, City, your days are numbered. You got away with this one, but look, like I said, I mentioned in other videos, Real Madrid are reloading. You got Jude Bellingham, and now it's looking like we got a good shot to get Kylian Mbappe this summer. Or if not, we don't get him, we get him for free. So it's either or. It's in PSG's court now because they got to sell him because we already knew Mbappe wasn't going to be hasn't been very happy with PSG very recently. He's had a lot of disputes, a lot of weird things, especially how PSG have been presenting Mbappe. It's like it's not a club anymore, it's just Mbappe FC. And he doesn't really like that. He wants to win. I mean, as clear as any other player wants to. And he says as himself, it's his dream to play for Real Madrid. He had posters of the great Cristiano Ronaldo in his room. He wants to emulate what his GOAT did, and that is win at the greatest club to ever be a club in football history. So, look, I'm livid right now. Obviously, this is a bit of a shocker. I didn't think a bombshell like this was going to drop on just a random fucking Monday. But look, football it's unpredictable. It has there is no predicting football nowadays. But there's a lot of work that has to get done. But I think it has to be Real Madrid. If it's going to be anybody, it's going to be Real Madrid. No one else, I think, is going to be able to get Kylian Mbappe, and there's only one place he can go.
I had to put this suit on for PSG's funeral. I'm about to start partying like I'm Jack Grealish. If there was ever a club in the history of football that deserves to lose the two best players in the world in the same transfer window, it's PSG. The worst, most disgraceful club in the history of football. They never deserved Lionel Messi, and they never deserved Mbappe. The most entitled fan base of all time for a club that has won fuck all besides Mickey Mouse League One titles and French Cups that nobody cares about. PSG will never, ever win the Champions League. And let's be honest, they wouldn't have done it even with Mbappe. But now that he's leaving, it is 1,000,000% confirmed that they won't do it. They don't deserve to ever win it. And this is what you get for disrespecting the GOAT, whistling at him all season, blaming him for your failures, when in reality, all you had to do to find the reason for your failures was look in the mirror at your board and your president. PSG's downfall, PSG's funeral, I will be there no matter what. This couldn't have happened to a better club. I am actually ecstatic about this news. I don't know where he's going to go. It looks as if it has to be Real Madrid. Realistically, I was thinking about it. Where could Mbappe go? Who could afford him? Who could pull this off? And I'm thinking, obviously Real Madrid. There's no real other club in Spain that could do it. Bayern just don't splash the cash like that on one guy.
Bayern.
There's no other club in Italy that could pull it off. It's realistically either Real Madrid or a club in the Premier League. Man City are already loaded. I don't see them doing it. Chelsea don't have Champions League football, even though they have the money. They can't really get them because they don't have Champions League football, although I would love it. You know what I mean? That's the ultimate dream, but it's not going to happen.
Okay, continue.
So the only other club that has a sniff of a chance to get Mbappe would be Manchester United if they get the Qatari ownership, which it looks as if it's going to happen. But let's be honest, I don't think that's going to happen. There is only one club that I think realistically has the chance to get Mbappe and will get Mbappe, and that's Real Madrid. He has literally had posters of Ronaldo in his room. It's his literal dream to play for the club. It was a shock that he originally extended his PSG contract when that whole saga was happening in the first place. And now it is time for Mbappe to do what he always has wanted to do, and that's play for Real Madrid and hopefully, go on to win titles there. That's his dream. Yeah, his dream is to play for Real Madrid and be the best at the best club of all time. And there's no real denying that Real Madrid are the best club of all time. Let's just be honest here. This news came out of nowhere, but this is news that we've kind of expected for a long time. It was inevitable that eventually Mbappe was going to go to Real Madrid, and now it just seems as if it is finally going to happen. And what I'm going to ask you, of course, as the Real Madrid fan, the reports are that Mbappe, he's willing to, obviously, he's not going to extend his contract, and PSG, they don't want to lose him for free, of course, because of how much he's worth. So if you're Real Madrid and you have the chance to sign Mbappe this summer, knowing that you could just get him for free next summer, how much would you be willing to spend this summer to get the transfer across the line?
Realistically, it doesn't matter. You grab, you rip the check out, and you just put it across the table, whatever number they want. Because that's what Real Madrid is about. What would Florentino Perez do? He does not care. He doesn't care if Mbappe is free next season. He doesn't think like that. We think of win now. Real Madrid is not the club to just say, you know what, we'll take a season off. We might not be as good with playing whoever at number 9, playing, some coaching or, someone from the Castile team at 9. That's not how they function. That's not how they do business. And look, I think no matter what, I think they should pay whatever price, but I think Real Madrid are going to do a good job to be able to get Mbappe for how the market is right now, a very good deal. Because I remember a lot of people saying that, to get Jude Bellingham, it's going to take 100 and upwards to 150. That was the ballpark. Got him for 100 million plus add-ons. In this market today, that is a bargain. For a 19-year-old, that is a bargain. And especially with, I think the ball is in PSG's court to now make a move because, look, everybody knows the secret is out. Mbappe wants to leave. They can't hide that. It's not like, he still has years on his deal. You're going to have to, pay up. It's not like how Neymar was where he had still years on his deal when PSG got him from Barca. It's completely different because, look, worst comes to shove, if they want to pump his price up so highly that Real Madrid decide not to do it, they're going to lose him for free. And PSG cannot do that. And not to only mention, this is one of the biggest downfalls of a team, a sports team franchise I've ever seen. To have 3 of the best players in the world in the next season, imagine, being a fan and, you look at it and say, wait, where the fuck did the team go? They're all gone. Our front 3 that was on your advertising is gone. It's unbelievable. They lose their 3 best players in one trade. Look, if you're the owner, the board has to go. You just fire everybody. How does that even happen? That should not even be possible. That's that is literally club suicide. Yeah. That is impossibly bad. But as far as how much, I think Real Madrid can get him for 150 million. And for Kylian Mbappe, for a player of his level and his magnitude, especially at his age, that is a fucking steal. I don't care what 150 million, and that's around about what Haaland went for. I believe. I think he was around that.
Haaland was only 60 million reported, but there's some sneaky stuff behind the scenes. There was like they had to pay 60 million to Dortmund, but then they paid 60 million to his agent. It was some sneaky stuff, but that's not the point.
Some shit like that. But I think we're not gonna see anything near the 200 million range. What I originally thought back in that's the only way we're gonna get Mbappe paying that upward, but it doesn't look like that. And like you said, I think Manchester United was the other team, but I just don't think it doesn't really. I feel like it just would not interest Mbappe. It wouldn't make sense because the only thing I can see of the reports, PSG don't want to sell to Real Madrid, but that's just a choice. They're not going to really have a choice because
the ball is in Mbappe's court. If he says I'm only going to Real Madrid, then what can you really do?
What can you do? And it was a long time coming because we all knew this was eventually it's inevitable.
Yes,
there's no stopping it. I mean, we saw always the reports. It's like, if Real Madrid don't get him in 2023, they'll get him in 2024. They'll get him in 2025, 2026, and so on and so forth. Like it was always going to happen, but we just didn't know when. But it looks like now is the time. The bridge is finally burned, and it's time for Mbappe to take the throne left by Karim Benzema. And look, it makes a lot of sense too, because now Real Madrid cleared up the wage bill from the absolute wasteman that was Hazard. His wage bill is finally gone, thank Christ. Benzema's wage bill is gone. Marco Asensio's wage bill is gone. There's a lot of money there to give Mbappe a pretty penny on his contract. So Real Madrid have the finances, and that is also why the reports did kind of cool down for Harry Kane. Look, I said it. Look, I didn't really want to splurge on Harry Kane because I know Kylian Mbappe was always there. That was always an option. And look, Harry Kane or Kylian Mbappe, I don't think that's a hard choice.
Yeah. Well, look, what I'll say is this. PSG, they hold no leverage in this situation. The ball is almost 100% in Mbappe's court. PSG can say, oh, we don't want to sell to Real Madrid all they want. But as soon as Mbappe says, I will only sign for Real Madrid, they have no choice. It's either that or they let him go for free, which is literal club suicide. You cannot lose a player that is worth the amount that Mbappe is worth for free. It's impossible. It can't happen. So they have literally no leverage. And I actually agree. I think Madrid know that. If I'm Madrid, I would be willing to spend whatever. I would just give them a blank check and just let them fill in whatever number they want. But I know Madrid. I know Florentino Perez. He's a smart guy, of course. He's going to negotiate very smartly with PSG. And I don't think that the transfer fee for Mbappe is going to be as high as people expect it to be. I think there's a realistic chance that the transfer fee could be less than 200 million just because of the fact PSG have no leverage. You know what I mean? They can't really say, oh, well, we have Mbappe for the next 2 seasons, so you have to get him now. If they want to just say, you know what I mean, 300 million, then Madrid will just say, you know what? You can have him for next season. We're just going to sign him on a pre-contract agreement in January, and he'll join in summer of 2024, which, like I said, that's literal club suicide if PSG allow that to happen. So I really think that the transfer fee for Mbappe isn't going to be 200 million plus just because of the fact PSG have no leverage. If they had a little bit of leverage, even if they just had one more year on his deal, then I could see it. But with only 1 season left, they just don't have the leverage. And, you know, like I said, they're not going to let him go for free. They've already confirmed that. But then even if there was a slight chance of it, it's just impossible. There's no financial way it can happen. So, you know, it'll be very interesting to see how this saga plays out. But it's looking inevitable that it's only going to go one way.
Yeah, and I mean, history has shown that Real Madrid have always done pretty good business with Paris Saint-Germain. I mean, shit, they bought half our fucking aging stars. They bought Keylor Navas, Ramos. We let them have Hakimi, and there's talks of Marco Asensio. I think they know, you know, how it works.
Yeah,
I think they're very what's the word, familiar with each other.
Yeah,
per se. So I think Florentino Perez, the board, they're gonna make something happen because look, we have to do some. There's a gap. There was a gap between Real Madrid and Man City, but they're doing their absolute hardest to close that gap.
Yeah, and that kind of brings up a point that I wanted to make before we end this video here. If Madrid do get Mbappe, which it looks like it's extremely, extremely likely that they will, let's just cut to the chase. Screw the Champions League group stage, screw the round of 16 and the rest of the knockout rounds. Let's just go ahead and play the final, Man City versus Real Madrid, because those two teams are going to be the clear 2 best teams in Europe next season if Madrid get Mbappe. They've already added Jude Bellingham. Now they add Mbappe. Obviously, Man City were extremely dominant this season. They beat Real Madrid 4-0. But Madrid are reloading. They're going to be significantly better next season. And Man City versus Real Madrid, that's going to be one hell of a game next year if Man City are able to retain Bernardo Silva and Gundogan and potentially still strengthen that squad. And Madrid, of course, adding Mbappe along with Jude Bellingham and adding Fran Garcia for fullback depth. You know, the Madrid is getting better. Man City are going to be just as good, maybe even slightly better, maybe even a little bit worse, whatever. Let's just cut to the chase and get that final out of the way because those are the 2 best 2 teams in Europe next season if this happens.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And I think a lot of that pertains, can Man City get Gundogan and Bernardo Silva to stay? Because those were very key players. I mean, shit, Bernardo Silva looked like Pele against us, like Eusebio. So look, you take him away, who does that? Look, we pocketed Haaland. We have no problems with Haaland. We love playing Haaland. We pocket him. So who else is going to step up there? I mean, Kevin De Bruyne is obviously always going to be there, but look, was there any more vital player than Inke Gundogan for Man City this season? Is there anybody more important?
He was. I mean,
Like,
this season for them, he's been incredible.
At the end of the season, he was arguably their best player. He was the most epitome of clutch. I haven't seen a player that clutch in so long.
2 goals in the FA Cup final.
It was unbelievable, and he just played class. He turned back the clock. I mean, I almost had to wave my hands and just say, I'm sorry, I wasn't familiar with your game there, buddy. Holy shit! But obviously there's a chance he might leave on a free, so that would really, really hurt City. And obviously Madrid have added Jude Bellingham. There's talks of adding others. So I think it'll be very close. And I think I would like to see that because, look, you have to think Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe on what arguably is 1 and 2 best teams in the world. I mean, that's about as good as it can get as for the next rivalry, the next Messi, Ronaldo. Even though they're not in the same league, it's not going to be the same, but still, they're going to be on both of basically the super teams of Europe.
Yeah.
And they'll be destined to meet each other.
Yeah. I mean,
often.
For me, next season, if this happens, it's Man City, then Real Madrid, and then the rest. You know what I mean? Nobody else can compete. You know what I mean? There's no other team in Europe that can really compete with those two teams. I mean, obviously, it's football. Anything can happen. Upsets happen. We see it all the time. But just on paper, those two teams are so far above and beyond everybody else. I mean, think about it. Just hold on. Vinny, Mbappe, Rodrigo, you got Jude Bellingham, Tchouameni, Camavinga. Oh my God. I mean, what? That team is fucking amazing, bro. Just reading these names out loud, it's like I'm kind of shaking in my boots thinking about that
those
team.
6 players, none of them are over 25.
And that's the scary part, right? That's the scary part.
I think the oldest player in the team is going to be Thibaut Courtois. I mean, that's pretty solid there, man.
Militao is still young.
Yeah, Militao is I think not above 25. Obviously Carvalho's old. Alaba and Rudiger are kind of aging. It's a smaller positions. I mean, look, they still need to sign a right back. They have Garcia at left back to kind of try him out to see what to do. If not, see what he's about. But
if not, they're rumored to get Alphonso Davies next year.
Alphonso Davies. That's just how Madrid are always going to be. But look, that front three, my God, I don't even know what to say. To see Vinny and Mbappe on the same pitch on the same team.
How do you defend that? If you're a manager, how do you prepare for that?
The only thing
how do you prepare?
The only thing that worries me is that obviously they've relied on Benzema for so long to bring the ball up, hold the ball up. They're going to need someone to do that, and hopefully Jude Bellingham can kind of do that role. Hopefully Rodrigo could kind of take that more facilitator role because look, you have 2 stars in Mbappe. Well, Mbappe is the main goal scorer. That's what he's going to be. That's his bread and butter, just score the goals. Vinny's kind of like a hybrid to where he's that guy who can get 20 assists and 20 goals.
Yeah, like he did this year.
They need a pure, a guy to string it all together. And hopefully that's what we're hoping from Jude Bellingham, a guy that can, be the glue to this entire, this magnum opus
the box
of
to box can do both. Yeah. Look, do you have any other final words about Mbappe, Real Madrid, anything else you want to get on your chest here?
No, I think that's it for me.
I think it's time to celebrate, right?
It's time to party like Jack Grealish.
Yeah, you're damn right. Look, so let us know in the comments down below what you think about this crazy news that broke in football today. Do you think Mbappe will join Real Madrid? And are you scared of Real Madrid next season if they get Mbappe? Because I know I kind of am. Just listen to those 6 names I just mentioned a few minutes ago and tell me you aren't a little bit scared of that team for the next 10 years in football. That is going to be scary. So let us know in the comments down below what you think. And I think without further ado, wrap up this video. So I'm Zach.
I'm G.
And we'll see y'all next time for another video. Peace.